What's up, everybody? It is DJ the Sports Blurred, and I am back. Come a little closer to the camera. I am back with the secret. Specifically, I'm back with the secret weapon that no one is talking about. And I think this guy is going to have a crazy 2025-2026 season. And I'm going to tell you who this guy is. But before I do that, I'm back also with the question of the day. Does pineapple go on pizza? Listen, I was eating lunch about 2 days ago. I'm sitting in my office, minding my own business. I have a pepperoni pizza. I add pineapple to it. A guy walks into my office, calls me crazy. My question of the day is, does pineapple not go on pizza? Is a sports blurred crazy? I don't think that I am. I think it's a delicious mix. You have some spice, you have some sweet. I think it's a match made in heaven. But I'm going to get off of that. Now, there was a true freshman for Ohio State this year that took college football and the college football world by storm. And you know what his name is. That bad man, he wears number 4. His name is Jeremiah Smith. I mean, how could we forget what he did for the program this year? 76 receptions. Can I interest you in 1,300 yards? 15 touchdowns, 17.3 yards a reception. What he did was nothing short of phenomenal. This kid was an All-American as a true freshman. As an 18, 19-year-old, that is insane. Now, waiting in the shadows, there was another true freshman, and his name was James Peoples. Now, before I get into this video that you're not going to want to miss, I want to tell you, and I want to ask you politely, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. My wife earlier told me she's going to divorce me if I don't hit 800 subscribers. So please show your boy some love, show my marriage a little love, and consider hitting that like button. Consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting out some fire videos. And if you're a fan of college football, it's going to cost you nothing. And I'm pretty sure you'll like at least one of the videos I put out. And if not, unsubscribe, and it costs you nothing. Now, let me tell you about the next great back that's going to be at Ohio State. It's easy, super easy, not to know how good James Peoples is or can be. I mean, he sat behind the best running back duo in Ohio State history. Did you know Travion Henderson is number 4 all time in rushing at Ohio State? He had 3,700 yards rushing for his career, which is more than Eddie George. Was he good? Which is more than Keith Byers. Was he good? Which is more than Dan Herring and Beanie Wells. And he did this in an era where they run the football even less. But he dominated the run game. Think about this. Think about how good Travion Henderson was just for a second. 6.9 yards per rush. He averaged 6.9 yards per rush for his career. That means every time you give him the ball, he was going to get you at least 7 yards or almost 7 yards. That puts him number 1 for running backs that had over 200 carries. 48 rushing touchdowns. Ties him for second. 4,614 yards from scrimmage, which puts him 3rd all time. And by the way, he did all this while splitting reps with another guy his senior year. Think about the stats he could have had. But who was that other guy he split reps with? Oh, if it's Quinshon Judkins, you guess it was Quinshon Judkins all along. Quinshon Judkins, let me give you what he did. 3 consecutive yards where he rushed for at least 1,000 yards. 2 of them came in the SEC. He had 50 total touchdowns for his career. He was a 90.1 yard per game running back. And as a true freshman in the SEC, he averaged 120 yards per game. The only beef that I ever had with Mr. Quinshon Judkins is his pants throughout the season kept getting shorter and shorter until the time that he played in that national championship game. I'm telling you, the kid had on booty shorts. I'm like, how in the world did those shorts get that short? Outside of that, Quinshon Judkins seems like a great guy, super intelligent running back, super humble kid. But man, those shorts kept getting shorter and shorter, which leads me to James Peoples. I don't know how I got caught on that for so long. James Peoples. It is easy to miss that next guy when those 2 guys are in front of you. Think about this. Those two guys had All-American potential, and the next guy in line was a true freshman. Now, this kid is an absolute dog, this James Peoples kid. He's about 5'10". He's very strong. He's pretty big. He's quick enough, but he got that dog in him, y'all. And he could have gone anywhere, almost anywhere in the country and started day one, but he chose to come to the Ohio State Buckeyes and learn from those two guys that I just told you so much about. It's why I gave you a lot of context, because I needed you to understand every time they were in the film room, he was in the film room with them. Every time they were in the weight room, he was in the weight room with them. Every time they were getting reps on the football field or on the practice field, he was the next one to get reps. What do you think he got? Just by osmosis, right? Just by standing next to those two great running backs. He got prepared that when it was his time, and it will be his time next year, he's going to be one of the best running backs in the country. You heard it here first. DJ the Sports Blur does sports. I'm telling you, I don't think this kid would have come to Ohio State if he didn't think he was going to be a stud. I've seen it. I've seen it in this kid's eyes when he's got opportunities. Now, speaking of opportunities, right? I told you that he could have gone anywhere. Believe it or not, he had offers from Texas, Alabama, Oregon, Tennessee. I mean, if you really think about it, 3 out of the 4 college football finalists, semifinalists, wanted this kid. He's that good. Penn State made an offer for him. Ohio State obviously made an offer for him. He was that good, and no one is talking about him. He was the nation's 4th ranked running back in 2024. I mean, he returned from an injury his senior year, and this is what he did in his first game back. 217 yards rushing on 11 carries in just the first half, right? He had another game his senior year, 290 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 36 carries. He had another game, 176 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and on 11 carries. Again, this kid is going to win. His junior year, 191 carries, 1,900 yards, 28 touchdowns. For his junior and senior year, guys, he averaged over 10 yards a carry. That is insane. 10 yards a carry. Every carry is a first down. Just give it to him the whole game. He's going to continue to get first downs. And he was a high school All-American. Now, you think about what he did at Ohio State this year. He didn't get a chance to show off what he really could do. I mean, with Quinshawn Judkins and Travion Henderson mixing back and forth, they took a lot of snaps. But they also meant they were fresh. There was no really need to have a third-string running back. This year at Ohio State, Mr. Peoples, 49 carries, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 4 yards a carry is actually very strong for a true freshman in the Big Ten. Now, next year, he's going to be paired with C.J. Donaldson Jr. He just came in from West Virginia. He's a junior. He'll be a senior. I think he's going to get a lot of tick, but I think that they're going to have Peoples as the lead back, and I think they're going to do a Travion Henderson / Quinshawn Judkins kind of. You get the ball now. You step off on the sideline, and then the next guy will come in, so we can have 2 fresh running backs. I think Ryan Day was an absolute genius, or Chip Kelly, whoever thought of that was an absolute genius. But I'm telling you guys, look out for this kid. He's coming, and I'm telling you, he's going to be one of the best in Ohio State history when it's all said and done. This guy has first-round pick potential written all over him. Let me know what you guys think. Again, does pineapple go on pizza? Let me know what you guys think about that. Who do you guys think is going to come in next year and going to be an actual showstopper outside of course, Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate and the guys that we know they're going to step up? Who do you think is going to be that next guy to step up? Is it going to be Julian Sang? I have no idea, but I'd like to hear from you guys. You guys have a good night.